an international design competition, knowing that this was really one of the most important things we were going to be doing in the park after the games, was to create a setting essentially for orbit, but also a great place to come to as well. So it was really important that we had a fantastic design team. We selected James Corner Field Operations with Make, Arup, Piet Oldov and Tomato.
As you walk down the promenade, you'd walk past the art wall, which is used where it's interactive art. You get the chance to leave a message. And then you'd see the base of the building, you'd walk underneath, you purchase your ticket, and you go to the orbit, you visit the orbit, see the views, and on your way out, you could visit the retail shop, you could visit the cafe, where you get fantastic views still of the aquatics and the orbit itself. And the stadium, or you could come up to the flexible space upstairs where we are now and get a fantastic view of the park itself. We also have an element of public facilities to the side of it, the promenade, which serves the park, as well as the north end of the building, which is more kind of administration office part.
But then the building itself is a very simple rectilinear building, of which we've looked to exaggerate the horizontal and vertical planes. So in the horizontal, the roof planes all overhang and oversail, and then on the vertical, elements such as the spine wall runs past, accentuating its connection with the promenade. And each of those we've dealt with the materiality slightly separately. So the idea of the enclosures below the roof planes is the timber cladding, that's the charred timber cladding. And then the horizontal planes are always white, very, very crisp, pure white metal clad elements, trying to get a textural sort of contrast between the different planes.
You can see that in the kiosks, where your white planes really stand out in between the trees, which leads you along the promenade, either way, north to south, which I think is really important, creating that same contrast with the nature.
I think it's a simple palette, and it's only a series of few materials, but I think it's rigorously applying that, not just in the hub, but then equally up through each of the kiosks.
So what we were looking for in an architect, and I think the big challenge for them, was to find architecture that had its own authority as an element within the park, but sat comfortably within all this other stuff going on. This building was clearly designed to sit confidently but comfortably within this setting.
It is almost like a frame to the orbit. It's a black and white frame. You can see how the entrance is designed. You see the base of the orbit, and as a visitor it leads you to the orbit. And I think in terms of materials, using timber and white reflective materials is slightly different to the deep red of the orbit.
We wanted the building to be something that people would want to come to, that would be flexible, that would be a great place in the park to have a coffee and just get your bearings and relax. So for instance, this terrace is where it's a flexible space where we can have all sorts of events and weddings. It's overspill space for when we have busy days. They really helped us work out how we could get the most out of it. We've had 50,000 people turning up in the first weekend. It's already proving to be a fantastic place. People are really attracted to coming here. It's working fantastically well, really pleased.